What if I told you that some airports are so dangerous? Just landing there could be a life or death challenge. Sounds crazy, right? But it's true. From towering mountains to unpredictable weather, some airports are considered the most dangerous places for pilots to land. In this video, we're going to show you top 10 most dangerous airports in the world. And trust me, these will leave you on the edge of your seat. Let's get started.
Tragic accident.
Particular challenges for pilots.
The family of the woman who died.
Number 10, Lukla Airport, Nepal. Lukla, known as the gateway to Mount Everest, is one of the most dangerous airports in the world. Located at an altitude of about 9,000 feet and surrounded by the treacherous Himalayas, the airport's runway is just 1,500 feet long and ends in a sheer drop. This means there's no room for error. Pilots have to navigate sharp turns through narrow valleys with the looming peaks of Everest in the distance. Because of the altitude, the air is thinner, making it harder for planes to take off or land, and the weather can change rapidly, adding to the risk. One of the most significant incidents at Lukla occurred in 2008, when a Yeti Airlines flight crashed while attempting to land. The plane was caught in turbulent winds and ultimately crashed into the mountainside, killing 18 people. The incident highlighted the challenges of navigating in such a dangerous environment, especially when weather conditions change unexpectedly. Interesting fact, Lukla has a 12% incline to help aircraft slow down quickly, but the surrounding terrain makes it one of the most difficult airports to land at. Number 9, Princess Juliana International Airport, St. Martin. Princess Juliana Airport, located on the Caribbean island of St. Martin, is famous for its proximity to Maho Beach, with planes flying directly over sunbathers. The location forces planes to fly low and slow, making it a tricky landing, especially with the surrounding mountains and unpredictable winds. A notorious disaster occurred in 1996 when a large commercial jet, a DC-10, collided with a private plane attempting to land. The collision resulted in both planes crashing into the sea, killing all 230 people on board the DC-10 and 5 aboard the smaller plane. This tragic event underscored the challenges of landing at such a unique and dangerous airport. Interesting fact, the runway's proximity to the beach makes it one of the most photographed airports in the world, but also one of the most dangerous. Number 8, Paro Airport, Bhutan. Paro Airport, located in a valley surrounded by 18,000-foot mountains, is one of the most difficult airports to land at. Pilots must navigate through narrow valleys with sharp turns, sometimes descending at extremely steep angles. The terrain makes it almost impossible to perform a straight-line approach, and any miscalculation can lead to a catastrophic accident. Only 30 pilots worldwide are certified to land at Paro, as the approach demands exceptional skill and training. In 2010, a disaster occurred at Paro when a Druk Air Airbus A320 crashed on approach, killing 12 people. The aircraft's navigation systems were misused during the final approach, and the incident brought attention to the need for better pilot training in the region. Interesting fact, only a small percentage of pilots are trained to land at Paro, with only about 30 pilots globally certified to make the descent. Number 7, Kai Tak Airport, Hong Kong, closed 1998. Kai Tak Airport, which closed in 1998, is remembered for its terrifying approach known as the checkerboard approach. Pilots had to make a sharp 47-degree turn over the city's densely populated area in order to line up with the runway. This approach was extremely dangerous due to skyscrapers, hills, and strong winds, and even small mistakes could have devastating consequences. The most infamous incident at Kai Tak occurred in 1993, when a Chinese Airlines flight crashed on approach due to pilot error and poor visibility. The crash, which killed all 23 people on board, highlighted the dangers of the airport's approach, and the airport was closed shortly after. Interesting fact, the checkerboard approach required pilots to turn right at a specific point over the city, making it one of the most unique and dangerous landing procedures in aviation history. Number 6, Tenzing Hillary Airport, Nepal. Tenzing Hillary, located at the base of Mount Everest, has a short runway and a steep drop-off at the end. The surrounding terrain makes it nearly impossible to perform a missed approach, and pilots must deal with extreme weather conditions and gusty winds. The airport sees frequent accidents due to its difficulty and high-risk environment. In 2008, a Tara Air flight crashed shortly after takeoff, killing all 19 people on board. The lack of space for error and the treacherous surrounding conditions make it one of the most dangerous airports in the world, and it has one of the highest accident rates. Interesting fact: the short runway and lack of go-arounds make Tenzing Hillary one of the deadliest airports in the world. Number 5. Jeju International Airport, South Korea. Jeju International Airport, located on the popular South Korean island, gained international attention after a tragic crash in 2022. A Korean air flight from Seoul, unable to land due to poor visibility, attempted a go-around but crashed into the sea just off the coast. The crash killed 20 people. The accident was attributed to poor weather conditions, limited visibility, and lack of proper coordination between air traffic controllers and the pilots. Jeju is located in a region with unpredictable weather patterns, and while not as dangerous as some other airports on this list, the crash highlighted the importance of weather monitoring and the need for better coordination during critical operations. Interesting fact: Jeju is one of the busiest airports in South Korea, but the surrounding volatile weather conditions and sudden changes make it a risky location for pilots to navigate. Number 4. Gibraltar International Airport, Gibraltar. Gibraltar Airport is famous for its runway that cuts through a major road, forcing traffic to stop whenever a plane is landing or taking off. This unique setup creates challenges for both pilots and drivers. In 2004, a disaster occurred when a British Airways flight was unable to land during a storm, causing it to veer off the runway and crash. While the event resulted in only a few injuries, it highlighted the inherent risks of the airport's layout and location. Interesting fact: Gibraltar's runway intersects a major road, and traffic has to stop when planes are in the air. It's one of the only airports where this happens regularly. Number 3. Courchevel Altiport, France. Located in the French Alps, Courchevel Altiport has one of the shortest runways in Europe, measuring just 525 meters. The airport sits at an altitude of 6,588 feet, and its steep runway makes it difficult for planes to take off or land, especially in winter. The airport handles small aircraft, but in 1992, a disaster occurred when a small aircraft crashed while attempting to land during poor visibility, killing all 3 people on board. Interesting fact: Courchevel has one of the shortest runways in Europe, making every landing here an incredibly precise operation. Number 2. McMurdo Station, Antarctica. McMurdo Station has an ice runway used during the summer months for scientific missions. The extreme cold, high winds, and unpredictable weather patterns make landing incredibly dangerous. The ice runway is constantly shifting, and any mistake can result in a crash. In 2013, a C-130 aircraft crashed on approach to McMurdo, though fortunately, no one was seriously injured. Interesting fact: the ice runway used at McMurdo Station is subject to rapid shifts in weather, making it one of the most unpredictable places for pilots to land. Number 1. Madeira Airport, Portugal. Madeira Airport's runway is positioned near cliffs, and the surrounding weather conditions make landing especially challenging. Pilots need to manage strong winds and approach the runway precisely to avoid disaster. In 1977, a tragic incident occurred when a TAP Portugal flight crashed on approach, killing all 131 people on board. This crash led to significant safety improvements at the airport. Interesting fact: Madeira's airport is notorious for its strong crosswinds, which make landing particularly challenging for pilots. That's it for today. Which of these airports would you never want to land at? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and check out my previous video on the top 7 deadliest mid-air collisions. Thanks for watching.